Hello and welcome to another edition of Toys from the Attic, where we're taking a look at another Transformers Combiner Wars character. And from the Protectobots team, it's Rook. Now this guy's actually a relatively newcomer to the Protectobots lineup. He's actually replacing Groove, I believe, as one of the body parts for Defensor. And I will say that I think this guy's actually my favorite out of the entire team. I just really love and dig his design. He's just big, bulky. The alt mode that he forms is tough. Just about this guy, to me, he's a happy addition. I can't tell you just how much I love the design of this guy. I really like the face of him too. It's like kind of almost has this football motif right there with a little like a bar going across the side like that. I'm just kind of gushing over this guy a lot. I really like the fact that he actually has these guns on his fists, so you could print then, like, even when he's disarmed, he's still armed to the teeth. I know I'm repeating myself, but yeah, it's just something I really like. I just really like this guy. I'm really digging him. Now, as far as his articulation goes, his head's on this ball joint, and you can get some fairly good rotation out of it. There's a little panel right here on the back that prevents it from looking all the way up, but it's kind of been common with a lot of the characters from these from the Combiner Wars team, so I'm going to kind of just accept it. His arms are on this ball joint right here, so you get a nice wide range of movement, and there's very little kibble right here for it to impact or get in the way, so you can get some really nice poses. And because of his transformation, you can actually kind of move his shoulders back if you really wanted to actually add with the posability. Has a nice bicep swivel right here, and then his arms move up and down. These joints are actually a weird combination of tight but also loose. I should say that they're firm, so it's something that makes me feel that they're going to actually hold up for a pretty long time, but they're still kind of gonna get a little bit loose if you transform or play with these guys a little bit too much. It's not that nice ratchet joint that some of the other guys have. Now he has a waist articulation right here, and his hips are on the similar ball joint. He has thigh rotation, and then his knees bend back and forth like this. Now, one of the other things that I like is his weapons. As I've said, his fists actually have these little barrels right here, but he also comes with this little antenna tuning fork type of device. You can either pretend like it's going to shoot out electrical things, or it's the jaws of life. If you actually look at it with all the hydraulics, yeah, I think that's actually what it's supposed to be. And it fits nicely in his hand right here. You could either have him holding it up, so it's like a club device that he could actually help use or claw people with, or just stick it out here, and it almost makes it feel like, yeah, it's supposed to be more of a gun, and it fits nicely in his hand. Now, he also comes with the double missile launcher, kind of like one of the Superion guys. However, you can tell that there's enough redesign on the actual box part right here to help make it something unique, and the missiles are a little bit different too. Now, one of the things that I've seen on actually the comic that comes with this guy, I'm not actually going to review the comic myself, but this is what I really like, is that they actually show the claw or hand being put right here to make it almost look like he has an even bigger jaws of life right here, or one oversized hand. I'm not sure if that's actually supposed to be part of his design in the comics. I'm doubting it because he has the little fist right here, but it just kind of helps add to the uniqueness of this guy. It kind of reminds me of one of the Masters of the Universe guys. What was it, Fisto? Yeah, who had that giant arm right here, so it just helps add to him. Now, one of the nice other things too right here is this little hole on the back that actually is for when he's in his alt mode, but you can actually help take this antenna or his arm right here and just store it on the back like he's just kind of chilling, and he has his weapons just right over there on the side. And you also have these nice little holes right here on his shoulder, so that if you want, you can actually store his weapons on the side like this, make him even look more like a big bruising badass. Now, to transform Rook into his alt mode should actually be fairly simple. We're going to start off by moving his head all the way around like this. We're going to pull his back part of his truck mode or his vehicle mode down right here, so we can actually flip his head around like so. Now, his legs are actually a different transformation than most of the Protectobots and a lot of the Stunticons, because let's face it, a lot of the Protectobots are just art redecos of the Stunticon team. Anyways, we're going to move his legs down like so, and then move them up. Alright. I'm just going to make sure that they snap together so they're firmly in place. And then we're going to take his arms, and I'm going to rotate them around like so, so they're kind of facing the side right here, because when we move his shoulders up like this, we want to make sure everything snaps into place. Now there's actually a little peg right in there. I'm hoping you can kind of see it. That's going to fit right into that little slot right there. So it's going to be kind of a, just got to make sure you get it right in there. You'll know when you do get it. And that's going to make sure his arms and fists fit right here. We're just take the front part of his truck right here, move it down, then take his toes, rotate them out and up. And there you go. You have Rook in his urban assault vehicle mode, which is actually something I really like. You don't really see these vehicles out too much on the road unless there's some sort of riot or super emergency. Like, I guess they'd be used also in a flood scenario because they know that they kind of can float through the water because of their design. I've not done too much research on these particular vehicles. I'm not a car guy. Anyways, just as before, you can actually position his antenna or his jaws of life right here on what were his shoulders, right over here on the front, which helps kind of give that whole, it just gives it a nice look. Or you can put it up here to almost like it's some sort of antenna to say, hey, SOS, we need help over here. Just gonna place it right here for right now. Now you can also take the hand/foot and these missiles, put them up here so it's like, yeah, he has missiles that he's ready to fire out in the urban environment to help protect people. You can tell I'm really having a lot of fun with this guy. Or the other thing that actually I've seen actually, like I said on the comic, is you actually just put this right here, and it actually talks about this in his description or bio, is that you can actually put this right here, and it's almost like a giant claw that he has on the front of his vehicle mode. And in the description they say that he's often pulling people away from danger, so you can imagine that he grabs them, just wheels them away, and yeah, he helps save people that way. I just can't get over enough how much I really like this guy. Now, transform Rook into the leg mode of Defensor is actually very, very simple. We're going to start off by taking this joint right here and moving it completely straight up. Then we're going to want to take his head and move that up and out of the way because we need this peg to actually fit back here and just give enough clearance for that when we move his front part of his car hood up like so, and just place it right in there. Make sure it's good and tight. You can move his head back down just enough to lock it in place. We're going to then take his toes, move them back around like this so we have enough base for his for the foot. And we're going to take the foot of Defensor. I keep wanting to call him Superion for some reason. It's just part of the good guy combiners. Anyways, we're going to take this, put it down here, and there you go. Rook is now ready to become the leg of Defensor. Okay, now to get Rook into the arm mode of Defensor is actually just as easy as getting him into the leg mode. I'm going to start off by moving his head up like so, because we're still going to need to move this part of the car up like that to form the shoulder. We're going to then take this arm joint and move it out at a 90-degree angle, and then we're going to want to take his legs, help separate them apart. Get the clearance down here, move them down. There we go. Make sure both of these come back together and snap together. They're going to want to take his toes, move them out like this, then take the arm/foot, just get those fingers out, move them down, get the thumb up and around. I'm going to twist him around this way because he's going to form the other arm. Then just voila, place that right here, and there you go. Rook is now the arm of Defensor.
Once again, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed what you've seen today, please feel free to like, subscribe, share, or leave a comment below in the comment section. Any advice for the show will be greatly appreciated. Who knows, something you suggest may appear on the show in the future.